my fucking bag, bitch. Peace and love, family. Y'all got questions for me? Ask me anything. Y'all got relationship advice? You know, I got a bag full of wisdom. What's poppin'? What's up, EUC Tilt My Crown? What's poppin', BB Tammy 47? I'm doing good, love. I'm out here enjoying this beautiful weather. Let me show y'all what it's looking like out here today. It's a beautiful, beautiful view over here. We got this river walk over here. You got the park in the distance. It's a beautiful day. So I'm just out here, you know, getting this vitamin D, enjoying these beautiful sun rays. Tatiana the one. What's up, Mamacita? My C's up 3. What's poppin', slime? What's going down? I appreciate y'all energy in this space. Ask me anything. Relationship advice. I got, a wealth full of knowledge for you guys, okay? Ask me anything. What's poppin'? Nobody has no questions, no relationship advice, no. I'm kind of trying to. How do you deal with shifting when it occurs concerning life changes? So, well, first of all, I say when it comes with life changes, I would say, you know, you have to roll with the punches. What's up, 1804 Eli? Thank you so much for joining the live. Yeah, ask me anything. Relationship advice. I got good questions. But for your question, EUC Tilt My Crown, when things are shifting, especially things that are out of your control, you have to you have to surrender to it. You know what I mean? Because sometimes when changes are happening, we don't want to allow the shift to happen, right? We so set in our ways. We like comfortability. We are like, when we're comfortable, we feel safe, right? And when things start to get uncomfortable, it's almost like a mechanism for the brain to, you know, make you feel like you need to get back into your comfort zone so you can feel safe, right? It's all about safety. But at the end of the day, when you look at life like everything is happening for you and, you know, everything is happening for your highest good, when transformation starts to happen in your life, you will surrender to it, you will accept it, and you will try to find the lesson in it. You'll try to say like, okay, these things are happening and there's no way that I can, you know, resolve or have a solution for this, okay? The shift is needed, and I've definitely surrendered. Yes, right? The transformation, like when you start to see the changes and the shifts in your life, even though it may feel uncomfortable, right? You do start to realize, like, even especially when it has to do with people leaving your life, or it has to do with, you know, unfortunate events that are beyond your control, you do start to see why these things have to happen. A lot of times you call it into your life subconsciously because you're either praying, God, you know, I want some, you know, you want things to happen in your life, but in order for those things to come in, you got to allow things that are still there you have to let those things go sometimes. So when you said, I felt the shift before it happened. Yes. I'm telling you, that happens a lot of times when big transformation phases are happening in our lives. We know it's going to happen. And a lot of times we're calling it in. Our higher selves are calling it in for us. And, you know, God be having a plan for us, but we can't always see, right? God got that bird's eye view, right? We're not going to be able to see it from the bird's eye view. We can only see it from our 3D, you know, one step at a time, right? And a lot of times we're looking at the transformation as, because a lot of times it's like that tower moment when shit just start falling and crumbling from left to right here and there, and you're kind of like, oh my gosh, you know. But once the smoke clears and all the dust and the debris clears, you look back and you reflect on like, I see, if that shit would have never happened, I wouldn't be in this, you know, beautiful space that I'm in right now. You see what I'm saying? So I think that, you know, surrendering is my advice to that. Surrender to it and find the lesson in it. And the less you fight against the shift and the change, the easier it will be for you to fall into the next phase into your life, which it's always the blessing. It's always that blessing in disguise in it, because once you transform into the new, it's exactly what you pray for. It's exactly what you wanted. It's putting into place from your higher self, right? It says, I pray for abundance and the answers are being revealed. I landed a new job today after battling being at an unfulfilling job for some time. Yes, EUC took my crown. I feel like that is always a big transformation, is like, because our jobs are so detrimental to our survival, our well-being, being able to just pay our bills and take care of our kids, and the things that we prioritize in our life. A lot of times our jobs play a significant role in feeling like you're being have that level of stability, and it can be detrimental to us when we feel like we're working somewhere that we have to be, but we don't really want to be there, because we're like, oh my gosh, it's either stressful or it's not in alignment with your soul. A lot of times when things go against our spirit of what is our really gift or what we really should be investing our time in, the job be feeling like it should be a weight on our shoulders. So like you said, sometimes God will be giving you signs for you to let that shit go so something new can come in, and it looks like that's what's happened for you. Knowing the shift is occurring is a gift and a curse. I think that I can resonate with what you're saying, because yes, sometimes when you're so sensitive to things before it happens, it can cause more anxiety sometimes, but at the same time, if you're being proactive and you're trusting your intuition, it's not as bad. It's not a curse when you're trusting your intuition. It's only a curse when you're going against your intuition. And so you have to learn how to practice following your intuition, so then that way it's not as stressful as you're going through the transformation, right? Yet I've learned that I can only control what I can. Exactly, right? Sometimes we want to control situations, and that's why I said surrendering is such a great way to deal with transformation, because when you're trying to control everything, you're not allowing God and the universe to work the miracles around you to put you in the position, in the place that you need to be, right? So it's I can understand what you're saying about it being a gift and a curse, but really it's only a gift. And it's just the way that you perceive it, ensuring that the more that you go through these transformational processes, you actually you start to learn from all of those transformational processes that you went through in the past to help you see clearly that, okay, so that when the next transformational thing happens, it's not as chaotic, because you're following the intuitive nudges that God is showing you through those transformational processes, and you surrender to it. You say, you know what, God, I know that you are working miracles for me right now, and even though I can't really see where you're taking me, I know that if I trust these intuitive nudges, I'm going to be in the right, I'm going to, I'm going to be guided to the right place, so I'm not going to worry, right? A lot of times we be so worried because we want to control, but when we surrender, we release control, and we know God got me always. And that's what I tend to do when I'm going through hard times. I look back at all of the tumultuous, chaotic situations I've been through the past, and how I got through those things, and how it leveled me up every time, right? And if you continue to remind yourself of all of those past chaotic situations and how you just leveled up each time, when you start to see those shifts and those transformations and those tower moments happening, you'll be like, oh, okay. You'll start to look at it like a gift and not a curse. You'll start to embrace it like, okay, thank you, God. I see you working, right? You start giving praise, right? I've also learned to stop letting the past live rent-free in my mental space. Yes, baby, you got it. Because I'm telling you, that's as you evolve, it makes you digress in your evolution, because you looking back at the past, and the reality is what we focus on, we kind of bring it back into our lives. So when we focus on the future, or we focus on the present, really, because it's nothing like the present. The essence is in the present, right? So the highest value and quality that we can create in the present moment is what really helps our future, right? But like you said, if we start going into the past, that just creates anxiety and worry. And it's why even look in the past? Because the past is just a figment of our imagination, right? The past has already come and it's already gone. So it's like, I used to be that way. I was always thinking about the past, and I've learned, that formulating the past in your mind is like you are almost manifesting similar situations that you've already experienced. It's like, life is, for us to appreciate the here and the now, so that way we can manifest a better future, right? So fuck the past, right? Now, the past, I think, is very important when you have to remind yourself of how far you've come. But but looking in the past to dwell on things that are beyond your control because shit has already happened, right? Like, it puts us in a place of regret or nostalgia, or just like why even go there, right? EUC Tilt My Crown says manifestation is a powerful meditation tool. Yes, it is. And vice versa. Meditation is a powerful manifestation tool, right? Because like when I talk about the power of the present moment, right? It's like that's what meditation is being in the moment, and because the reality is the only thing that is real is the present moment, right? Everything that is in the past and in the future is just a figment of our imagination. So that's a great way for us to get out of the stress and worry of the past and the future. Like we were saying, when we're going through transformational phases, that's the best way to get through them, is to say, you know what, I'm worried about something that is coming, in the future, but it hasn't gotten here yet. So why don't I take this moment right now, right, to maximize my peace, my joy, my gratitude in what I do have in this moment. Even through the uncertainty, I do know that I have breath. I do know that I have God. I have love. I have whatever that you appreciate in your life in the moment. And that really tends to bring you back into a state of manifestation where you're actually manifesting, things that are for your higher good. You know what I'm saying? EUC Till My Crown says, my music is doing well, yet my personal life is detached from that narrative. Yet I strive to do better every day. Being a single parent allows me to endure, but to go harder. Started to pray more and worry less. Yes, all praise is due to the Most High. I think that is powerful. Prayer is so powerful, because that's like, prayer is affirmation. It's like prayer is letting God know your appreciation, your gratitude for the present moment, and it also helps you affirm what it is that you desire to bring into your life, right? And it also affirms your protection against the things that you don't want to bring into your life. So it's like, the more that you pray, yes, the better off you are, because like affirmations, prayer, affirmation, meditation, all of those things have a huge role in deciding and telling God and the universe what it is that is in alignment with your purpose, your destiny, things like that. And it also is repelling anything, because it's like there's always those opposing forces that want to come in and knock you off your square, take you away from what you're trying to create into your life, because you got, those lower vibrational forces that want to come along and take you off of your path, right? That's just a part of, our life. So we have to, that prayer is to, protect us against those low vibrational forces that also want to manipulate. And that those are the things that, those seeds, right? Those little small seeds of worry and doubt, that is the low vibrational forces that don't want to see you succeed. And, that's why we tend to, when we have that power of prayer and being in the present moment, that's how we repel those things and, stuff like that. Rejection is also protection. Facts. I say that all the time. Yes, rejection is protection. Like, I used to, go through so many situations where I would worry, or I would just feel like, well, why don't this one, want, or I would just be concerned about who loved me, who didn't, why this person ain't like me, or why, if I didn't get a job, or if I didn't get, certain things. But like you said, rejection is protection. Rejection is also redirection. So it's going to place you in the direction you need to go. So sometimes when you hear no, it's because it's realigning you with the yeses in your life. Okay. I pray that one prayer and the results was like a RICO case. Everything and everyone who was standing in the way of my light went away. Facts. What's up, Taze? Welcome back to the live. Yes, that's how it is too. Like when you start to affirm your protection, affirm, the things that you do want into your life, that's how you redirect. And then, your angels are always watching over and protecting you and keeping you covered and ensuring that, because when we living in our purpose, that's when God really be like, all right, this is my chosen one right here. So like, let me protect you, because you're in that process of finding your destined path. You're living in purpose. A lot of people, not a lot of people in the world, they just here living day to day with no purpose. And I feel like people who don't live in their purpose, they're just here to fill up space. You see what I'm saying? And then the ones that are getting in alignment, trying to seek deeper meaning in life, I feel like God tends to redirect them. And like I said, you become more protected, but you do also get faced with more darkness and more, but it's like, it's a test, right? To continue to keep pushing through and seeing your power, because you got to face things for you to even recognize and see your true power. I say amen. Yes, I am thankful. I am grateful, and I appreciate your wisdom as well, and everything that you're adding into the live, and just, also your vulnerability, you know what I'm saying? Because it takes a lot of vulnerability, but like a lot of people don't want to be vulnerable because they're ego based. They want to be, and in their ego, and allow that to take the lead. But the ego ain't never got nobody nowhere. It's like the ego is there to protect us, right? But it's like when your higher self is what's going to allow you to recognize when you're being egotistical, or and a lot of times when you're not working, you're working against your higher self. You are appreciated as well. Most definitely, EUC to my crown. I be seeing you support and, like my content and everything like that. And I really appreciate, you engaging with my content and resonating with it. I really appreciate that. So thank you. I really do. And I'm going to continue. Like, I do it for y'all. I do it for the ones. Because, everybody is not awakened. So I know that sometimes my content ain't going to resonate with everybody. It's not everybody's going to be able to understand, like, where I'm coming from when I post the content. But I know that, it reaches who it needs to reach. And so I'm completely grateful that, you're somebody that my message resonates with. So yes, thank you. And if you got any other questions, feel free, or not even just questions, but you might have some wisdom to enlighten me with, you know what I'm saying? So that's another reason why I really enjoy the live, because it allows you to really, tap in and not only drop gems, but receive them, as well. It's give and take, right? I'll send you a link to my latest project via DM. Okay, for sure. Yeah, you definitely inspire me, because I do music and stuff too, and it's like I do music for the passion of it. I love it, and sometimes I'll be like telling myself, like, you need to push your music more. You need to, but I be in so many different realms of creativity. I've kind of embraced it, me being an Aquarius, that I'm gonna be all over the place with my creativity, and I don't mind. I feel like when the message needs to be communicated through music, through speaking, through art, through whatever, I know that at the time that's the bag that I'm in. So I just learned how to embrace being multi-talented, skilled, and I use it in the way that it's meant to be used in that moment. So, I've just learned how to embrace that. I love to work with you. I record at Round Table. Most definitely. So, okay. So you're in Indianapolis? See, I'm not in Indianapolis anymore. I'm in Tampa now, but I do come back to the city every blue moon and everything like that. So, I'll keep that in mind, for sure. And like you said, yes, please share your project with me, because I would love to hear it, And I need to find me some recording studios to collaborate with out here in Florida, because I know artists collaborate from across the country, from across seas. You know what I'm saying? It's like, if I can get into the studio, I can, I know we can send each other, and do it that way too. You know what I'm saying? So I just, I'm gonna work on, getting my music in alignment. Let me see. I've definitely heard your music, and I appreciate your art and gift. Do you have access down there concerning studios? No, I haven't. So back in, I lived here from 2012 to 2017, and during that realm of time, I had collaborated with people, but since I've been back down here, I haven't reconnected with some of those people. So I don't have any, I haven't networked with any artists yet down here to do music and stuff like that. So, but it's something I've been writing. So it's I want to record my music. Right, I write and then I'll record in my, audio on my phone. But I really want to make some music. So, I'm gonna sort it out, I'm gonna sort it out eventually. So, you used to live in Tampa in 2016. That's lit. Like I said, I ended up coming back home in 2017 during Irma. And, 2016, I was down here then. But yeah, I know, right? Yeah, I'm gonna make it happen for sure. Like I said, I'm really about to get back in my DJ bag. That's really what I'm about to do. Cause I was, DJing when I was in Indianapolis, in 2000 and from 2000 and 18 to 2021 or 22 or something like that. I was DJing. We was doing a lot of day parties and events out there. And then I would do, open mics and different things. I was doing a whole bunch of shit. Okay, so did you ever come to any of the open mics or anything like that? I'm gonna have to tap into your page so I can see, cause I'm just bad with Instagram names. I don't know in my mind visually who you are. So I'm gonna go on your page, but I'm have you ever interacted with me personally, at any of the events or anything like that? Hey, Chuck, always right. Thank you so much for joining the live, love. Ask me anything. You got any relationship questions, any wisdom, you want me to drop on you? I got you. I did a couple of open mics that you hosted. Okay, you did. Okay, bad. So I know if I see you, I know I'm gonna remember who you are. I know for sure. If you definitely came to any of the events. So was it the rhythm and poetry events or was it the ones at the Icon Lounge? Do you remember the location that they were at all? But yeah, I'm getting my DJ. I'm getting back in my DJ bag because I really miss doing the DJ thing, and I've definitely, since I'm out here in Tampa, I'm really about to get back in my DJ bag for sure, because it's just always some shit popping all year round out here, and motherfuckers was really loving the vibe, so and it's just another way too that I can record. I really was thinking, shit, if I get back in my DJ bag, I can really be recording my own music and shit like that. Hey, love is the highest frequency. You got any questions for me, baby? I got plenty of wisdom to drop. Relationship advice, life advice, anything, babe. Anything. I'm probably gonna tap out and tap back into the live, because I feel like I said, I just feel like my content been shadow banned or something like that. So I don't feel like it's really getting out there to the folks. Because I feel like I don't know I think you was vibing with me when I was going lives more frequently, and I felt like, even though then it's not like I was getting 1 million views on my lives, but like, it's more engaging when you got, multiple people able to interact with each other on the live. I do miss that. And I think that, like, my content was getting way more views back then, and then, like, I don't know what happened. They just change the algorithm every so often, and then, you got to figure out the formula again for the algorithm, and to get your content out there. So I literally been, trying to be more consistent with getting on the live, but then I be discouraged when I get on the live and ain't nobody, tapping in with me. So, but I feel like once I, you get the notifications that somebody's going live. So I feel like if I hang up and, reactivate the live, then those notifications come through. I don't know if sometimes it's being seen more than others, but we're gonna test out the theory and see. But I thank y'all for joining the live and vibing with me for real. And I'm gonna tap out and tap back in here shortly. Peace and love.